Insurance isn't one size fits all, and shopping for it shouldn't feel like squeezing into something that just doesn't fit. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they show you options that fit your budget. Enough hunting for discounts, trying to calculate rates, and tinkering with coverages. Maybe you're picking out your very first policy, or maybe you're just looking for something that works better for you and your family. Either way, they make it simple to see your options. No guesswork, no surprises. Ready to see how easy and fun shopping for car insurance can be? Visit progressive.com and give the Name Your Price tool a try. Take the stress out of shopping and find coverage that fits your life on your terms. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
The Fall Line is a true crime podcast covering the coldest cases in the southeastern United States and occasionally beyond. We focus on the missing persons, the unsolved murders, and the unidentified does that don't get media attention. Empathetic and intensively researched, The Fall Line will take you on deep dives into unsolved cases that you've never heard of and make you wonder why you haven't. Find us wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hey, I'm a medium, and this podcast is for those who wish to understand the wonderful world of spirit. Where do we go when we die? I'll share stories of mine as a medium and other mediums in our journeys, plus you will hear real-life client readings so that you can know without any doubt that your loved ones in spirit are around you all the time. I'm Jen, and this is the Singing Medium Podcast. Okay, welcome back to the podcast, you guys. So I'm really struggling with what to talk about today. So I went on Instagram and I asked a little poll like at 7:30 in the morning. So I didn't get a lot of responses asking what should I talk about on the podcast today. Sometimes, and this reminds me of a Kyle Cease book. What's the name of that book Kyle Cease wrote? I can't remember what it was, but it was like one of the most authentic, honest books I've ever read in the sort of quote unquote spiritual community. It was like, I'll look it up. But the way he talked was like, I don't know what to write. I don't know what to write right now. And he was like talking about how he was writing the book for himself. And in doing that and writing, you know, what he has learned and known about the spiritual world and other things, he was helping other people. So maybe today I just need to talk. I'm not going to, but maybe in the future I need to talk about something that, you know, I need to work through, which I think I did last week when I talked about me going through the in-between worlds, which I'm still kind of going through. But it feels a little bit more shifted into a more of a better energy, if that makes sense, or a more clearer energy. I still have not made a decision on what's happening with my readings or my business in general, or if I'm still going to be doing this. I still haven't remembered yet or came up with a solution to this, or maybe the solution hasn't arrived yet. But yeah, so I was just going to say, you guys, I don't know what to talk about. And then I even went to the beach this morning, sat by the lake. Maybe the lake had an answer for me. I had nothing. So for me, that's a little bit strange because usually I get guidance. I get like, here's the hit, here's the inspired idea, here's what you need to talk about. Spirit usually tells me, you know, I meditate and I sit in the power and I ask, what do I talk about on the podcast? And usually I know this. I had no idea this morning. I'm like, do I just come on the podcast and say, I don't know what I'm going to talk about? But that's not the point of a podcast. But just so you guys know, that's where I'm at right now. I had no idea what to talk about. But I did had to think about an idea, which is very uncomfortable for me to think about an idea or come up with it or figure out or Google an idea, what to talk about. It's very weird and strange and odd for me to have to go about something that way, approach something that way. It's really a weird when, you know, if you're a very logical person, you might be like, oh, well, is not normally how you normally make a decision or think of an idea. No, not me. It just comes to me. And I usually wait. I don't usually take much action until I pause and I wait for the answer to come to me. So we've been taught to go after the answer to find solutions, because when things are sort of stagnant or like you don't know, it's very uncomfortable for a lot of people. And so people just want to push through that and be like, okay, I got to figure out a solution. But it's funny because the solutions are not something you go after. You know, the solutions, the ideas to help with the solution, to help with a problem or an issue come to you. So it's really cool when you remember that. And so for someone like me saying, I had to think about an idea or come up with an idea or, figure out something is very strange for me because that's not the way I think. It's not the way I process things or even how I do things. So that's what I had to do today. I had no idea what to talk about. So I came up with an idea I decided or thought about. I'm going to talk about psychic ideas. And what happened the other day was on Instagram, I was guided to post a little question box and say, ask me one psychic question. And at first there was no one asked me a question. I'm like, okay, I guess nobody wants to ask a question. And then I got a whole bunch of them and I didn't get to catch up on all of them because there was too many. So I'm going to answer them on the podcast. Yeah. So probably even better than me doing a little post on my story about, I'm just writing something down because I remember something. It's probably better that you had to listen to the podcast to find your answer. So I'm going to go through some of the answers that I didn't get to post on the stories because I know you guys had questions. And then I'm going to walk through how you can enhance your own psychic abilities. And yeah, if you're listening to this Friday, there is a psychic event. There's 3 tickets left. This Sunday, I believe, the 15th, that's Sunday, yep. This Sunday, the 15th, it is May 15th from 1 till 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am doing a small, intimate psychic experience group reading where everyone gets to ask some questions that they would normally not get to ask me because of me not knowing what I'm doing with my readings anymore. So kind of like psychic in your pocket, but with a small little group. So you'll get to hear all of those predictions that are still not out yet. And you get to ask a question. So that's exciting. You'll get to ask a question. You get some clarity on some things that you wanted to know. It's a really fun event. This is the second one I'm doing. So there's 3 spots left if you want to grab that ticket. They're only $60. That's pretty good. 90 minutes and you get psychic readings. That is awesome. And another quick announcement before I carry on is that I do have a psychic development small mini class. It's called The Clear Clairvoyant. And that is on May 28th, I believe, from 1 till 3. Let me just check my notes here and make sure I have the right date so we don't send you the wrong place. But it's a new class that I came up with, and it's a small one. Yeah, Saturday, May 28th from 1 till 3 Eastern Standard Time on Zoom. And I hope you will come to that as well if you want to work on your psychic abilities. So let's go through some of the questions here that I didn't answer. And everyone has an Instagram handle, so I don't know your actual name, but I'm going to tap in and I'm going to read your Instagram handle out loud. And that'll be your question. And I'll answer your question psychically, of course. And then you can DM me and let me know if that resonated with you or not. Okay, so let's go here. So the first one is, and these were the ones, again, just to reiterate, they were asked in a question box on my Instagram stories. Kind of like, I have this feeling of this idea to offer this service for a little bit. I've called Psychic in Your Pocket, where you can like one question. You can ask one question for $50 or something and get a whole voice memo response into your question. So I think that's I keep hearing Psychic in Your Pocket. So I like that. Maybe that's what we're going to call. That's what we're going to call this episode. How's that? Psychic in Your Pocket. Not in your pocket, in your pocket. All right. So let's go through them. And here's the thing. If you're like, oh my God, this is going to be a boring episode because she's answering other people's psychic questions. No. If you have a psychic question similar to the one I'm going to read out loud, listen to the answer because it might pertain to you. So it is helpful to always listen to other people's quote readings, and there's always something in there for you as well. So Britt DeWing asked, will my family and I be making more than 100K in the next year with my current business? So when I tap into Britt, I'm going to assume her name is Britt. Britt's question, will you be making more than 100K in the next year with my current business? It's weird. I'm not saying no, but when I see this, it's they're showing me this big wooden drive shed. So I don't know, there's some kind of woodworking energy in there. Someone in your family does woodworking. There's some kind of on a property and it's glitching. So there's something missing, a missing step from your business that would lead you to have 100K. Yeah, it's are you really committed to this? It's a feeling of, are you really committed to this? And there's something missing. And I'm trying to ask what the missing thing is. But this building that I see is glitching. It's like, maybe I feel like you have to ask yourself, is this what I really love to do? Am I loving this? Am I loving this? Do I love this? Is this like setting my soul on fire because I'm so excited to get up? Something with building. It's really weird. I don't know if you're missing something with a building permit or something building. Yeah. And also there's like, I feel like you might have a dream or a goal idea to move out west. And maybe that's what's missing. It's weird. They keep showing me those TikToks with the family that made cottages, like Disney cottages, like Snow White's cottage and Cinderella, Rapunzel's cottage, and their cottage Airbnbs you can stay at, but they're out west. So something with that. Interesting. And again, I might be totally off, but I think there's something that the main thing that coming through is like, does it set your soul on fire? And it's glitching. So there's something you're missing. Okay. So that was Brit. So then Morgan Barkey had asked, will my financial business become successful soon? All of these questions have like, not a lack energy to them, but there's some kind of belief in there. I can feel all the beliefs that are in there. Like I always say, if you have to ask the question, there's something, you already know about that. So like, if you dig down deeper into like, why everyone's asking me these money questions? Like, do you believe in yourself? Like they're saying, do you believe in life after love? Like this, it's like, do you believe that you can achieve these things? Because belief is a big thing. It's like, what comes to mind is the placebo effect. If you think that, I'm not using the COVID shot, but if you think that, if you have a vaccine or something or some kind of injection and it's actually just salt water or sugar water, whatever they put in that, a saline solution or some kind of placebo, and you think, and you don't know that it's not the actual medicine going in your arm, the placebo will actually work. Like because you believe so much in this injection or whatever medicine that it's going to work because it tricks your brain. So it's kind of like that, what I'm picking up. Like, where's your belief? Maybe not focus on like, will my financial business become successful soon? If you're working in a financial business and you're doubting sort of it's not successful. I know things take times and all that kind of thing. There's something weird in this one too. Like all of these questions, I had like a weird feeling to them. It's like, there's a belief here. There's a belief here that you don't believe in some aspect of your business. Now, if anyone, and this is not just for Morgan, but if anyone is not completely lit up in your business, like set your soul on fire, like you can't wait to get out of bed and do this. If you're doing something that is not that and you're just doing it for money, the energy is flat. We have shifted from like hustle culture and work really hard and just work hard for money and do things that I don't really like to do, but I have to do them anyways. We've completely come out of that. We've all shifted into a higher timeline or consciousness where it's even more difficult to do something that you don't love and like drive 5 hours to work. And there's something weird there. And a lot of the psychic questions that I answered on the Instagram stories was like this kind of idea, more like a personal business, having your own business. This is really, really a big theme coming up here. So for Morgan, the answer is like, you have to look at your beliefs. There's a belief there. And then when you correct the belief, then it will become successful. But I don't think I don't want to ruin your, don't ever do what a psychic says unless it resonates with you. Like some people think psychic answers are gospel. You always have to check in with yourself. Don't give all your power away to a psychic. Like if the psychic says you should move, does that resonate with you? Maybe you shouldn't move, or maybe the timing's not right. So there's a belief there. So, okay, next one. Andrea Bartley asks, should I go back to work in the fall or continue being a stay-at-home mom? So when I tap into Andrea Bartley's energy, there's a split down the middle and you're being pulled in two different directions. So what I'm getting is that you need to make a decision. So here's the thing. Everyone thinks that for maybe it's me, oh my God, that makes so much sense. I just had a big brain explosion here or a soul explosion here. Oh my God. If you're not sure what you want to do anymore, like you've been doing something for a long time and you don't know if you want to do something anymore, make a decision. Either you're going to keep doing what you're doing or you do something, just decide, you know what, I'm going to drop this and let the chips fall where they may, and maybe I'll have no money for a little bit and whatever, but then you're making space for the new thing to come in. Like, this is what there's a split down you. Like, Spirit's saying, just make a decision, because whenever you decide, you can't make a wrong choice. So let's just say, Andrea Bartley, you go back to work. If you're not supposed to be there, the universe will redirect you back home. Like, just think about a teaching energy as well too. I'm not sure if you're a teacher or education is coming up, almost like a home daycare kind of thing, but not really. It's really weird. I'm seeing, are you talking about having another baby too? I hope Andrea Bartley listens to the podcast. I'm gonna have to tag all you people in this so you listen to the podcast. Okay, so Vanessa Alves 07 asked, I'm open to hearing anything message from heaven or future moves. So because it's a psychic one, I can't do the heaven one because that's mediumship. Future moves for Vanessa. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of people are real, like for Vanessa, I'm seeing like your heart being activated somehow in like considering moving to like a tropical location. And you might not understand that right now or believe me right now, and I think I've told this story before. One of my early psychic readings, I told a woman, I said to her in a psychic reading, you're going to move to Dominican, like I was very specific, you're going to move to the Dominican Republic. And she looked at me like I had two heads because it was a Zoom reading. I'm like, no, you're going to move to the Dominican. She's like, that doesn't make any sense at all. I'm like, well, I don't know. That's what I'm getting. And Spirit doesn't lie. So that's what I'm seeing. So like 6 months later, I get an email from this woman saying, oh my God, Jen, my husband got a job opportunity in Dominican and we're moving our family there for like a year. I'm like, see? So if I tell you in a reading that you're moving somewhere tropical, you're probably going to go there, whether it's permanently or just for a little bit. So for Vanessa, it's like they're singing, open your heart to me, baby. So like a heart expansion and also moving possibly for like a year to a tropical location. Whoa. Okay. So another one is Shelly OB77 asked me, is there an opportunity for a job change in my near future? Yes, there is. Like, I feel like you work at a regular 9-to-5 kind of job, and I see you moving up a little bit. Yeah, it's like there's an arrow going up. So you will have an opportunity to go up in the job, like some kind of empowerment boss energy. Cool. Okay. Canna Jade Skin asked, will I get pregnant this year? I'm getting not this year, but next year. Next year. There's a weird energy around that too. Yeah. So Canna Jade Skin, if you're going on a trip, you will get pregnant on the trip because it's too, you're creating some resistance about like, I want a baby, I want a baby, I want a baby, I want a baby. And that energy is very powerful. So if anyone's trying to get pregnant and you're like desperate to have a baby and it's all you think about, you're actually blocking the energy of that soul from coming in. So I know it's hard to do. So I mean, I can't relate to that because like I got pregnant really quick all the time. Didn't have any trouble getting pregnant because I have 4 kids. But yeah, it's like you got to go on a trip and then you'll get pregnant on the trip. Okay. Jennifer Janes in City says, is my dad's estate finally going to be wrapped up this year? So that one is really strong. That's like, I feel like there's maybe a woman in the family that is making things difficult for this to be wrapped up. I don't know if maybe your dad was remarried or a mom or something weird, sister. It's really weird. There's like a female that's sort of blocking this energy. Let me see. I'm wondering if your dad had glasses and like was a very kind man and had like a pocket protector in his thing, because I kind of feel like that's him getting frustrated with a female. It's weird. So I feel like someone's blocking it. So the issue is a person that is blocking this energy from being wrapped up. Okay. LS Chior off. I don't have my glasses on. Am I going to be able to find a home for my family to live in soon, or will we have to leave the province? Ooh. I'm seeing going out east. Like it's a coastal energy. Weird. So I don't know this woman's real name, but if you're thinking of moving and you're getting a lot of no's in this province, it's because you need to go somewhere else. Like, an example of that is like Spirit uses my experiences. So when we were in Orangeville, we couldn't find a house in Orangeville, so it was like no, it was like dead end all the time. And that's like Spirit was like, hey, you need to go live near the water. And I'm like, all right, so that's cool. So it was better. It's better. Like, something better is coming than what you're currently. So if you get no's, if you're trying to find a house and you get a bunch of no's, say thank you. Not just this woman, everyone. Yeah, I've given this advice before. If you are desperately trying to find a place to live, that's an invitation to let the fuck go. I know it sounds counterintuitive. You're supposed to freak out because I did that. Once you go, you know what? The universe has my back. And there's something way better waiting for me if I could just let go of this idea that I have to be here. LS Chior-off. Lorf. I don't know how to say your handle. Hopefully you hear this. Hopefully you hear this reading. Okay. Butterfly Journey. Lorraine. She's been on the podcast. Will my sister and I settle on the condo deal? Button heads, eh? Some Taurus energy happening here. Is this condo like far away? Like Carolinas? Oh, Carolina is what I'm hearing. I don't know. One of you has to like put your hands in the air like you don't care. There's some control issues coming in through this question. Well, my sister and I settle on the condo deal. Let's see. I don't know. The energy I get is like, just let one person have it. I know that doesn't sound very great for you, but it's like, put your hands up in the air, put your hands up in the air. It's like a surrender energy. Yeah. Anything of like an ego energy or like controlling things is really, it doesn't work anymore, guys. It doesn't work anymore. Okay. Sacred Healing by Shannon asks, will I stay in my house? Will I stay in my house? Let's see. Let me just tune into that. Okay, sorry about that. It was loud music playing in the background. Okay. Shannon, Sacred Healings by Shannon. Will I stay in my house? Again. Put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air. Yeah. If anything is trying to change, let it change. We're human. We're in our ego. We're fear-based sometimes. You gotta let things go. It's like the art of detachment is really strong in all of your questions. Can you practice the art of detachment? Attachment to something or material, people, places, things is not spirit. The universe is like, you guys. The universe is like, stop hanging on to the fucking monkey bars and just drop to the ground. Like, just let it go. And I'm hearing, you set fire to the rain. Like, you gotta let go. So if like all of these questions have the theme: controlling, hanging on, attachment, and they're not bad things, but they're coming up to be like, why am I still hanging on to this stuff? Because when you die, I swear to God, you're going to be like, oh my God, why did I try to control things so much? Why did I hang on so tightly when the universe had something so much better? It's like you have the same old pair of fuzzy slippers for 20 years and they're smelly and stinky and but they're so comfortable and you love them, and then you would freak out if you can't find these slippers. But if you just like let the slippers go, there's some like really cute, better slippers like Uggs or something that are like more stylish. Someone gave them to you for free. They cost 100. Like they're just better. They're better, and you're like, but I'm used to my comfy slippers. No, let it go. So there's always something better. Sacred Healing by Shannon. Okay. Todd asks, Hosmer10 asks, will I have another baby this year? Wife just got the green light from the fertility doctor. I'm going to say next year. And I'm seeing you guys moving. Are you going to the States? It's something about moving to the States and having a baby later on. Ainsley Wallace, is the person I'm supposed to be my forever mate? Supposed to be my forever mate. Again, here's the thing, the energy of this is like, if you have to ask the question, you already know the answer. Like if I said to someone, am I supposed to stay with Chad? Well, I wouldn't ask that to a psychic because I already know I'm supposed to be with Chad. Maybe there's some changes supposed to be there. Ainsley, I feel like you're maybe on a spiritual journey, and I think it's not that you're not supposed to be with him, but there's some kind of energy of like opening up or letting go, detachment. Again, there seems to be a third party involved in here. I'm not saying they're cheating or anything at any means at all. There's a third party hanging around in your energy in the, it's not a cheating energy. It's more like an opening up of a relationship kind of thing, which sounds weird. I don't know. When I look at your question, there's a 3 on top of your question. So there's 3 people involved somehow, maybe, and not in a bad way. Okay. Christine Airy 11. Will I go back to work soon? Yes. Right away. Yes. Andrea Bartley already did that. Okay. Is there any more? Is that it? I think that's it. Okay. So those are your answers to your questions that I get. Oh wait, there's one more. Marcia asked me a question. If she should contact some people in her family that are no longer speaking to her. I'm going to say by Christmas, this is going to work itself out. Like, I think they're going to come to you by Christmas, which I know is a long time, but I think it's going to be like, it's going to work. We can work it out. All right. Psychic in your pocket. Okay. So, if you want to be able to do what I can do, because anyone can do this, it's nothing that you do personal readings or anything, but it's also good for yourself. Like, if you work on your psychic development, then you can also receive or have clearer information for yourself in an intuitive psychic way. So like that's why I know that the unvaccinated are going to be able to go on planes soon, and I'm not worried about it because I have seen myself on an airplane in a psychic vision multiple times. And last night I had another one where I was like in front of the plane. So I know for sure that the unvaccinated will be able to travel soon, like probably June, summer. Okay, that's one of my predictions that I'm going to be talking about in the psychic event where there's 3 tickets left. And I'm going to give you a couple tips of how to enhance your psychic abilities before I head out. So the best way, and you think I'm going to say meditation, don't you? I'm actually not going to say meditation. If this was a mediumship discussion, 100% I would say meditation for sure. But if you want to practice your psychic abilities, all you got to do is have fun. And I always tell my students, if you're not having fun, why are you doing it? If it's not fun, why are you doing it? Like, life is very short. Seriously, it's like a blink of an eye, and then you go into the next life. So have fun with it. Okay. So that's how I got mine to get amped up, is by having fun. So a couple of ideas are some games that you can play. So if you've ever taken a class with me, or you've been in Unearth Through Intuition, that course like I did a few years ago that went along with my book, is you can play what's in the bag game, right? So you have someone hide something in the bag that you can't see through, and you tune in and you say, can you please reveal to me what is in the bag? And then you get clues, or you have visions of something, and then that's how you practice that, and then have the person reveal to you what is in the bag, and then keep doing that. Another thing you can do is predict the next song. So if you're like me and you're going for a long drive, like today I have to drive to Orangeville, so it's like 90-minute drive. I usually scan the radio, and you could play this game by scanning the radio when you're driving, and you can try to tap into what the next song is going to be. So one of the first times I ever thought I was opening up to my psychic abilities was like when I think I was still teaching, and we had an end of year party with all the kindergarten group, and we're sitting around this pool and they're playing music, and I randomly, like out of nowhere, and this is before I was training to be a psychic or medium, and I said, oh, the next song is going to be Michael Jackson. And they're like, what? And then this next song was Michael Jackson. So for that one, that was a feeling that I had, right? Wasn't clairaudient back then. I wasn't hearing the song in my head first, but that's one way to play the game, is to try to not guess. Guessing cannot be in psychic. Remember, you can't guess in psychic. If you're guessing, you're using your brain. Psychic abilities don't come from your brain, even though the pictures are in your brain. You can't do it that way. Okay? It's not a human sense. It's a spiritual sense. It's a ethereal sense. It's your otherworldly senses. It's not your human senses. Okay. So playing fun games like that. Also, there's something called Zener cards, which I play in Spirit School. We're doing psychic development right now. And so Zener cards are like, have you ever seen Ghostbusters at the beginning where he is having like shape cards and holding them up, and then he's going to shock the people who get it wrong. So it's like, those are the cards that we play, but so we don't do any shocking. So yeah, so those are the kind of ways to practice them, just as long as you're having fun with it. Like, even another thing you could do is, like, I used to do this, is I would be driving and I would ask Spirit to like give me a really strong nudge when a vanity plate or like something was going to be like, when something is personalized license plate coming at you, at the car is coming at you. And I'm really good at knowing when there's going to be, like, there's a line of cars on the other side of the road driving past me. I know when one of them is going to have a word on it. So, like, there's a regular license plate, but then there's ones that have like words on them and letters on them and that say something. But I can tap into when it's going to be that kind of vanity plate coming at me. So all these things that are really fun, just have fun with it, play the bag game, use Zenner cards. There's some online psychic games you can play, and just have really fun with it. And songs, guess the next song. That's how you start practicing your psychic abilities, and then they just grow from there. So it's really fun. Again, if you're not having fun while you're doing it, it's got to be fun. Only fun. I'm having fun recording this podcast, especially when I can be like myself, and I'm like, guys, I don't know what to talk about. I really didn't know what to talk about. So I hope you enjoyed this podcast, and I hope that you will come to the Sunday event, and I hope that you will take some classes in psychic development. So yeah, the Clear Clairvoyant is available. It's a very good price. Normally my classes are like $300, $200. This is only $60. So I hope you'll come and do that class with me, and I'll see you guys next time on the Singing Medium podcast.
Hi, this is Alex Kantrowitz. I'm the host of Big Technology Podcast, a longtime reporter and an on-air contributor to CNBC. And if you're like me, you're trying to figure out how artificial intelligence is changing the business world and our lives. So each week on Big Technology, I bring on key actors from companies building AI tech and outsiders trying to influence it, asking where this is all going. They come from places like NVIDIA, Microsoft, Amazon, and plenty more. So if you want to be smart with your wallet, your career choices, in meetings with your colleagues, and at dinner parties, listen to Big Technology Podcast wherever you get your podcasts.